Who's afraid of Factorial? Cosmic horror in the world of mathematics. H.P. Lovecraft understood that the most terrifying things are the ones that exist on the fringe of human cognition and comprehension. His horrifying tales of the twisted beasts just beyond our understanding and the men whose peek behind the curtain leads to their physical and mental demise is the origin of what we now call the genre of cosmic horror. Cosmic horror, since its inception in the 1920s, has expanded to include film, literature, television, board games, video games, and any other type of media imaginable. Now, it's not just Lovecraft, Cthulhu, and great old ones. New interpretations of cosmic horror are being created. I specifically love Jeff Vandermeer's novel Annihilation, as well as its film adaptation. This genre is so timeless because the innate human fear of the things beyond our understanding is so permanent. I'm not trying to diss Cthulhu, but he's not very scary in comparison to something that we all have to learn about in math class. This mathematical device is scarier than most horror movies. Not Possession, though. That movie's unlike any other. And taps into the same primal fear of the cosmic horror tales. This idea, the one that keeps me up at night, is Factorial. Yes, this little exclamation point is the single scariest concept in math. A close second is the pop quiz. Factorial, if you do not remember, is the process of multiplying a number by each integer below it. For example, 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which equals 24. It seems pretty simple, but as the input integer is increased, the output increases exponentially. If I take the factorial of 6, only 2 more than 4, which factorial 4 equaled 24, you get 720. And then, if we take 9 factorial, you get 362,880. By only adding 5 to the initial input of 4 factorial, the output grew by over 350,000. As you can see, this will quickly get out of hand, as increasing the input by only 1 more from 9 to 10 will multiply the output by 10, giving us with over 3,500,000. And we're only at an input of 10. Imagine what 33 factorial or 52 factorial is. I could state the value of 52 factorial, but the number would be so ridiculously and arbitrarily large that it would mean nothing to us. The number is so beyond the scope of the human mind. I might as well just call it infinity. They functionally work the same in most mathematical situations. But if I put 52 factorial into a calculator, I would still get an answer. I am not going to even try to say the number of the value of 52 factorial. It's a number so big, I had to take out my notes from 6th grade to remember how to use scientific notation. In comparison, 1.33 times 10 to the 50th power is the estimated amount of atoms on the planet Earth, according to the U.S. Department of Energy's Jefferson Lab. And 52 factorial is like inconceivably larger than that. I can plug in any number up to 10,000 into coolconversions.com and get an output. But this is not an answer. At least not an answer that I can understand. And this is what's so scary about the function of factorial. I know that 833 factorial exists, or 52 factorial exists. I know that they are something, mean something, but no matter how hard I try, I cannot understand what they are. This idea, this value is beyond me, beyond the most advanced piece of technology in the known universe, the human brain. And if the brain cannot compute it, nor understand it, what else is there that I do not understand? And what is there beyond that? Or beyond that? Factorial forces humanity to face its boundaries, the box that contains us. The knowledge that there's such a simple thing, a number, that I nor anyone else can understand, scares me. When thinking about Factorial, I'm reminded of the 19th century, part satirical, part speculative mathematical novella Flatland by Edwin Abbott. When faced with Factorial of 52, I feel like the main character of the story, a two-dimensional square who comes face to face with a three-dimensional sphere. He does not understand that there's a dimension beyond his own, but there it is, right in front of him, looking at him, talking to him. He is terrified of the implications of something greater than himself that the sphere brings, as I am of this inconceivable number. The existence of Factorial 52 or Factorial 3979 or Factorial 5 billion puts me face to face with the fact that there's something greater than me. If this number exists, then there's a chance that Azathoth, one of Lovecraft's monsters who's a massive blob of tentacles and mouths floating in the center of the universe, exists and is out there somewhere. In a world that unconditionally rewards forward progress and understanding, do I wish to understand Factorial? Take a peek behind that curtain and understand the mysteries of the universe? At that point, if I went beyond the limiting box border of the human mind, I believe I would cease to be human. This fear of the unknown, the things beyond our understanding, and that lack of understanding are what separates us from the computer that can calculate 52 factorial instantaneously. I think that this box was placed there for a reason.